Okay, first question.
Hi. So my question to you is that as an actor, like when you're doing roles like Simran, and you've done Rani in Queen and then Tanu, so how do you ensure that all these characters have like completely different character arcs and there's no sort of similarity, even though there are similarities in terms of certain traits?
See, this question will only come to you if you are working for yourself. If you're working for the script, this question will not come to you. Because if you have chosen a script which is different, then your character is going to be different, no matter what you do.
Do you have a question? Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to ask, how stuck up do you become about being creatively satisfied with a particular scene, for instance? So if you don't get it right till the time, do you keep going on and on about it, or you kind of make peace with it at the end of the day that it's okay. I mean, I couldn't or you get over it, and you move on then, or do you
Well, there's only one barometer to see if the scene is right or not. What does your script demand? You cannot be competing with yourself. You cannot be saying that, but like the climax, the major breakdown that I've done in Queen, Simran is not even like 45% of that. You can't be competing with yourself. Even if it needs 1% of breakdown for the script, that is it. I subscribe to Mr. Pankaj Kapoor's theory that a script should be read again and again and again and again. There is not enough times you can read a script. I can manage 5 to 6 times, honestly. But according to him, he reads a lot more than that also. So see the script and what does it demand, how much does it demand, and then move on.
But Kangana, if you feel like it's not 100% there and your director's okay, do you settle? Do you feel that he or she is...
If I trust the director.
Yeah. I suppose.
Yeah. If I trust the director, but I've usually worked with people, I can trust them with my shots. I mean, I don't think I've lately worked with directors, I can't trust their sensibilities. I am more than happy if I don't have to do another take, because like I said, I get exhausted. Sometimes I might feel I lacked, and sometimes director feel he's more than happy. I am more than happy to let go and to be, I hate doing takes again and again.
How long did it take you to pick up the accent that Datto had, and was it hard to prepare for it, the accent?
Accent, what I do is I don't go and learn something completely. So I did not go and started to learn Haryanvi. I just had those lines, so I would learn only those lines, and I had tutor with me. So every day before the shoot, she would come to my room and we would sit on an average 3 to 4 hours, just mugging the accent. And then I go to the set and she would help me. I'm a very lazy actor. I don't work very hard.
Hi. So most actors, especially the ones starting out, they have this a dream role. So regarding yours, did you have one, or do you have one, or have you already played it?
No, I don't have a dream role as such. I don't know how to have a dream role though, because what is the emotion behind having a dream role? I think it's just it's a little bit of a maybe if you're enamored with a certain character, you would want to portray them. I don't have any dream role, but if I get a script, I make sure that the character I play, I evoke a lot of love and respect for that character, even if it's a flaw character like Julia, who's in love with 2 men and she can't make up her mind. Anyone who's confused and conflicted, I don't have genuine respect for. I just don't respect such people who's conflicted, who can't make up their mind. But I had to respect Julia. Really, really objectively tell myself that you have to, if you fail to evoke empathy for her state, you can never play her. So remember that, to first have utmost respect, even if you're playing a Nazi, even if you're playing Hitler, you have to evoke respect for that character. That's the most important thing. So that's what acting needs. If as an actor, if you don't have genuine respect for people, if you've never loved anyone, if you if you fail to feel feelings like gratitude, faith, miracle, you can never be an actor, remember that. So you've got to practice that. These are the things, these are not tangible things. But if you don't have this, you learn all the techniques of acting, you cannot never be an actor. You can be an actor, but I don't think you'll be a good actor.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, hi. So I wanted to ask that how do you make your rehearsals interesting and productive at the end of a tiring day or the schedule?
How I make my rehearsals?
Yeah, your rehearsals.
How do you make them interesting?
Yeah, and productive, because like at the end of the day after a tiring shoot, then we all are tired, and how do you you have to rehearse? That is a very important aspect. So how do you make it interesting?
Do you rehearse a lot?
I think not most film actors rehearse. It's most theatre. This technique is more for theatre. But for acting, what you do is like you've got a script. So you have a story. So say like for example, my character is of a patient who is a happy girl. She falls sick. At the midpoint, she realizes she has this dangerous disease. Just before climax, she is about to die, and in the end she dies. Right? These are the stages of my character. So now I will sit here and decide my graph that in my happy phase, these are the degrees of happiness I'm going to show depending on my dialogues and on my scenes and whatever the songs and the lover left me. This is where I find out that I have like a disease, like say whatever that I have, like cancer or HIV or whatever I have. So now when I figure it out, so this is my feeling. So at midpoint, I'm diagnosed with the same. This was my, so whatever it is. So now my first day is the midpoint. Okay. And I'm straight away going to my midpoint. So I'm going to open my script and say, so midpoint, these are the degrees of my emotion that I decided. So midpoint, if they're going to shoot in 5 days, so all 5 days I know what I have to do. But I've decided that like say 6 months ago now. So this is the technique that I use. And this is, if you mean rehearsals, these are the pages that I make. And you can, I think it's quite...
Do you workshop at all?
I workshop.
You do?
Yeah.
So does that in any way take away spontaneity, or does it just loosen you up?
Like I said, it's only on the paper. But if I sit around and doing my midpoint that, oh, I got to know that I have cancer and now I'm going to break down. No, this I have not figured out. I only tell myself the degree of my emotion. So when I go to the set, is it a hospital or is it a corridor? Is it a doctor's room? Or is it, the lift area of the hospital? That is for my directors to decide. Are we standing? Do I slide down? Do I don't say anything? Or this call maybe I can take. How I want to, show my outburst or not show at all. Have a little delayed reaction. That's the call I would like to take. And this is where the problem starts.
Hi, ma'am. Ma'am, what is your motivation, like when after a big day, when you go back home and you still have to keep working, because being an actor is a tedious job, and even when you're sick, you have to be there because you've signed up for it. So what keeps you going every day in and out? Is it the love of the audience, or is it the support of your family, or whatever?
I think honestly, it's just a feeling of just doing something. Like you're doing something. Like I love being useful and all of that, and also the money that I get from it. I don't want to say straight away money, because there's so many things I can do for money and things that I don't do because I don't believe in, and I let go of a lot of opportunities. So money is not the driving force, but the money that I earn from doing the things that I like to do is also a driving force.
Do you ever have a day when you just don't want to go on a set?
Of course.
Really? What do you do?
Especially if there are conflicts on the sets. That is the only thing that can put me off, where I feel that there is the spirit of the set is wrong. When I feel that people are not working for the movie, people are working for themselves. Like a director's motive is not to serve the script. His motive is to pamper his own ego, and he's not coming to the set to do the best he can with the script, but to make sure that everyone knows that he's the boss and he will not let anyone sort of, do their thing or things like that. Or if a hero is playing, like sort of politics and things like that, that kills me. That kills me because, honestly, like, as a professional, when you go to set in a professional's capacity, it hurts when people, are having personal agendas. But that politics is everywhere, but it reflects more in our work, So I remember doing one intimacy scene with an actor where we were supposed to be kissing. And the actor was so insecure. He's like, oh, you can kiss me, but you can't touch my collar. But I was supposed to hold him. You can't touch my collar. You can touch below the buttons and between this area and this area. So obviously he was trying to distract me.
What was special about his collar?
Anyways, like, I feel uncomfortable here and there.
Huh.
So the idea is when these things start to happen, you don't know how to get into your character when you don't have comfort with the other actor, and so that time you can feel that maybe I don't want to go to the set or something like that, but usually I don't.
Usually do you wake up sort of with fire in your belly and wanting to go?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, who has the mic? You do, so you get it.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Sandeep, and I would like to thank you for being you and instilling so much courage in a lot of us to follow our dreams. And my question is that now that you're turning director, what are the qualities you are looking for in a cast that you would like to work with?
Sandeep, you're looking to get cast?
I would surely love to apply for it. But yeah.
You know what? I think like-minded people, people who love to work for the script, it's very easy to get carried away, and especially because actors, are such emotional people and they're extremely hard to handle. So I'm going to be a very good director because I know they're in a very vulnerable place, It's very easy to be behind the lens and be like, yaar, tum अच्छी नहीं लग रही, तुम्हारा makeup कितना खराब है, face क्यों tired लग रहा है, हल्के lines आ गए हैं. But it's very, very vulnerable to be the actor, But what I really want in my actors is to have enthusiasm, to have sense of happiness in them. That's all I want, because I think people who have enthusiasm in them, they can create. Creativity is all about positive emotions.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
There was a conception Rakesh Roshan said about that India doesn't want a female superhero, and you were like, you played Kaya and Krish. She was like anti-superhero kind of. What's your thought on a Indian Wonder Woman?
I think
you'd be very cool, I think.
That's the reason I asked. I want her to play a Wonder Woman, a role for.
When I heard the action sequences of Manikarnika, and I'm like, how Krish is. I don't know if you've seen his work. He is larger than life, and he believes in that heroism and all of that. Because whereas for me, like, I don't believe in that conventional heroism where you are bashing like some 20 people on your own. But he's a director like that, and I'm like, this woman is not even like real Krish. The way she's fighting with people and all of that, like, this is exactly what I wanted. I want her to be a superhero. I said, okay, fine. So you'll
get it soon.
Superhero. Indian superwoman in Manikarnika. I promise you this, and all thanks to my director, Krish, who's so convinced about this being a superhero film.
Who is your favorite superhero or superheroine?
I'm not into superhero films, and I'm sorry, Krish, but it's just not my genre.
Thank you.
Okay, last question, please.
Hi, Kangana. My question to you is, what advice would you like to give us actors who are currently either under their training process or who have just finished their training, from your days of struggle before you made your breakthrough?
Well, I've covered everything from, working for the script is the most important thing, and just understand the value of a healthy lifestyle, because you're as good as your health as an actor. If you're falling sick too often, you broke your bone or something, you're going to be replaced right away. If you have too many flus happening on sets, especially when you're starting out, the word spreads that you fall sick a lot, you're not going to get many jobs. So take care of your health and understand the value of a healthy lifestyle. Do yoga, concentration span. If you have crisis, I remember Vishal Bharadwaj was telling me that, Kangana, I have worked with many actors, and like smallest thing I've seen actors packing bags and leaving. But how are you working? You know, we were in Arunachal Pradesh, and he's like, how are you working? I expected, in fact, he's like, Sajid sir called me and he's like, if she wants to come back to Mumbai, let her. It's like, we were prepared that you might want to go back. That whole controversy broke out back then when I was shooting for Rangoon. And when we prepared that, you know, because it's a legal hassle, you might have to go back because there's no signal here and all of that. So it's like, how do you keep focus of your mind? Like I said, I just meditate. I do yoga, eat healthy. It sounds very like mommy-like, but it actually helps, honestly. So that's what I did. So you want to be a properly professional person. You know, you want to be someone who's got like what's that? You know, philosophy of Vivekananda. That I want the youth who has muscle of iron and nerves of steel, in which a mind which is made of the material of which Thunderbolt is made. So exactly that.
How lovely. Kangana, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure. You guys will agree with me. She's been fab. Really fabulous. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi guys, if you liked the video, like, share, comment and subscribe to Film Companion.